Hello, accountability buddies. This is Les, and another episode of Less is More Healthy. We're somewhere in the mid 80s of this vlog series, and I don't know. You might be able to hear it, but you can certainly see the windows of the car. It's raining again for the third day in a row, and Saturday, I did not go for a ride. I just was tired. My allergies were bad. And it was pouring rain. So I just decided not to go for a ride. Then Sunday, there was a break in the rain and I decided to go out for a ride. Thought I'd be able to get 10, 12 miles in. Around the 3.5 mile mark, it started to sprinkle and drizzle, and then it started to pour. And that's where I was like, yeah, nope, this is not for me. And then I turned around and came home. So I did 4.75 miles, so 4.75 miles. I don't remember. I have reset Strava, so it's doing miles because that's what we use here in the States. So I don't know what it is in kilometers. Maybe Strava will tell me. But anyway, so that goes towards the Trevor Project. No, it doesn't tell me how many kilometers. My average speed was somewhere between 7.5 miles per hour and 8.1. Strava and Komoot are giving me slightly different distances and slightly different average speeds. Komoot doesn't give me a max speed. Strava says my max speed was 16.5 miles per hour. So, so I just did a little loop, of my usual spaces. I did put one of my cameras into a waterproof mount on the helmet, and I got much better, video, in terms of it being level and of it being at the right height. But water got on the lens cover, and that means they're just big blurry blobs in the video. But I got some decent video. So yeah, that's all happening. Really kind of happy about getting those miles started for the Trevor Project Pride Ride. It's not a lot of miles. It's definitely not as many miles as I'd hoped. I'd hoped to get at least 25 miles done this weekend, so I'd be a quarter of the way into it. That means that this coming weekend, I've got to do more than 25 miles, to be able to get this done. And then the weekend after that, I have a 5-day week, 5-day weekend. So I have the 16th off of work, 17th and 18th are weekend days, and then the 19th is Juneteenth, which is a holiday here in Massachusetts, and I had scheduled the 20 off in advance. 16th is a flex day, so I am flexing those hours. It's a half day, and then I'm planning on working 4 extra hours spread out across the rest of the week. We got a couple of events, we got a couple of things going on, so that's going to be a really easy flex. This is my last week of regular groups with the kids. Historically, the last week of groups has very low attendance. Kids just don't seem to show up. I usually try to make it something fun and low key. Generally not something art related, but something fun. And we go from there into a few weeks without any groups at all, no kids. It's just planning periods, cleaning and whatnot. And then at the very end of the month, I have over a week. So I took the last 3 days of a week off, and then the week after that is completely off. So it's almost 2 weeks off. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days off. 12 days off in a row. So like I said, almost 2 weeks. That does have the July 4th weekend in it. I'm going to go visit my family. I think we're going to take the bikes up with us. and just get some dirt riding in. I want to ride around the farm on the Kona, get some cool woodland video, because there are a lot of trails that my dad has cut for all-terrain vehicles and whatnot that I've never ridden. They weren't there. They didn't exist when I lived in the area. I am very tempted to slap a pair of mountain bike tires on the bike for this. That would be a much safer thing than the cruiser tires that I have on it. A lot of the trails are gravel or sand. I think they'll be fun to ride. Some of it's going to be rough for sure. There are some really, really steep hills that I want to make sure that if I'm going down them, the tires are grabbing. If I'm going up them, the tires are grabbing. But yeah, so anyway, I want to get some cool footage of the woods around the farm, as well as the farm itself. Ride my bike all around the farm. That's going to be fun. So, yeah, do that around July 4th, and then we'll come back and get some stuff done around the house, because that's always something that's necessary. As for how I'm feeling, just to check in on the health, my blood sugars have been really good. Despite not riding Saturday and only doing like less than 5 miles on Sunday, I did do those 5 miles in less than 45 minutes. Very few breaks, just rode it straight through, just trying to get those miles in. And it feels like when I do that, it really does stabilize my blood sugars. I feel like have a necessity for more carbohydrates after that. I know that the medication that I'm on stimulates the pancreas in a way that's different from sort of the way my body naturally does. It also makes me feel less hungry. And I'm not feeling particularly hungry. I just occasionally have some pretty intense cravings for carbs. And I don't know if that's standard for ribellosis, or not. I did mention to my specialist that I don't feel hungry most of the time, which is the function of one of the functions of ribellosis. But when I do feel hungry, it's like intense, and I need to eat right then at that moment, because my stomach feels a little queasy, and I'm ready to like gnaw my arm off, which is why when I brought this up in a previous vlog, that I keep the protein bars on hand, because if I go into the grocery store and that feeling hits, I will buy the first tasty thing that is available to me. And sometimes that first tasty thing is potato chips, and that's not a good choice for me, a type 2 diabetic. And I think the interesting thing is that when I am out on the ride, my body is using carbohydrates effectively the way my body is meant to. I could probably eat just about anything. I choose not to, because the after effects of that are less pleasant than I would like them to be. So anyway, that's my thoughts on that. Like, I'm feeling pretty good. I've noticed, some more loose skin. I don't feel like I'm losing weight super fast. I know I'm gaining muscle for sure, because my body feels different. I do have that sort of deflated balloon feeling. Apparently there's a word for it, Ozempic, whatever the medication is as people are taking, Ozempic face and Ozempic butt, is that like loose skin feeling, the sagging of skin, if you're not taking in enough calories or protein for your body to sustain your muscle mass. I think I'm taking in enough protein and calories to sustain myself. I do notice like that I'm gaining muscle in like my arms and my legs, possibly my stomach. I know I'm losing fat. and it's not happening overly quickly, in my opinion. I do think that my specialist would like to see me losing weight faster. However, I feel like the rate at which I'm losing weight is appropriate and it feels good to me versus like that super fast drop that a lot of people get when you first start exercising and whatnot. Also, I notice that when I cycle on the weekends, that the stabilization for my blood sugar seems to last a while, particularly if I'm doing longer distances. So I am hoping to do another 25-mile or 26-mile day this weekend. I'm hoping that the rain, it holds off until Monday of the following week. But I am also hoping to start riding my bike to work. So we'll see how that works or not, and go from there. So anyway, that's what I got to say for the vlog today. And otherwise, I'll see you next time. Thanks, everyone.